I figured I'd do my first YouTube with this truck, and I thought that this would be a good time to do it. I keep meaning to do it, but now it's going together. I kind of want to document it looking the way it is. So I kind of just going to go through and explain what some things are and just kind of show this craziness that's going on as far as the packaging and what I've been going through as far as trying to get everything to fit in here. So the motor's in, it's in for final. Everything is in actually final. It's all been Loctited and zip tied and torqued, and everything's pretty much where it's going to be until I start testing. But so this is an LSX, and it's got a 4L80 with the reed case. The transmission's not in it yet, but everything's I'm just kind of working and just doing the front end and getting it set up. Plumbing for the, the radiator's in, got the radiator in mounted, and all the water lines are in and installed, and all the sensors are going in, wiring's pretty much in the front end. These are heat exchangers. So this is for the engine oil, that's for the tranny cooler, transmission oil. And these are like pre-coolers. So this will be the hot side will come out. Well, it's all, of course, obviously hot, but the hot side of the engine coolant. So the hot water that's coming out will kind of get this down to 220, 230 degrees. And then it will go back after these coolers to get it down. If it's even hotter than that, it'll just get that down and then go back to the air oil coolers, one for the engine and one for the transmission. This is my AC condenser. So hopefully this is going to work. So we're going to, you never know. I'm going to have to change some things around. But this is the power steering cooler. It's pretty trick. It's got it's all billet side caps, and it's got a actual blow off valve. If you can adjust. I don't know if you can even see it in there, but basically it comes off and dumps fluid back into the reservoir if it sees too much pressure before exploding the cooler. There's also PRV here. So this is the pressure relief valve, the main pressure relief valve for the power steering, just to eliminate feedback, keep damage from the pump, numerous things. So same thing, that will adjust the pressure here. You can adjust it down here. This is the gauge to check it. It will have a sensor on here, so it will actually be able to be read on the dash. And the same thing here. This gets fluid that comes out when it sees a certain pressure and then gets dumped back into the reservoir. This is the power steering reservoir. Obviously the air intake. This is the rack and pinion. Same thing. That's the hydraulic ram on top with a rack. It goes across here. Normally the steering is on the front, but the Herbst kind of changed around their steering from the original design, which was a swing set with a power steering box, and Roy helped them make this rack adapter for the to bolt a rack into that place. So what else? So you can just see how tight it is. Power steering, I mean, you can't barely see through here. So it's just been constant trying to just figure out even just how to put this thing together in a proper order. So this is the fuel pressure regulator, and got the transmission dipstick in. These are all sensors to check fuel pressures, fuel temps. And it has same thing here, coolant temps in several locations, coolant pressure, power steering pressure, power steering temp. I got the AC compressor in today, and that thing is kind of finalized. I still need to, I got the tensioner on, so now I gotta just pull the other belt off, which is just not as simple as you think, but that belt will come off. And I can put the air conditioning compressor belt on. I still don't even have any lines made yet. I still have to do some lines. This is the, let me see if I can zoom in here. This right here right there. This is a quick disconnect for the hot water. So for the water heater. I feel like I'm doing my house too. So the heater. This goes back into the heater core. So I had to kind of figure out a way to do a couple things. If I had a heater core go out on me on the Blazer, so I wanted to be able to either bypass, eliminate the heater core if I have an issue with the heater core, because they're kind of cheap, those heater cores. I had to do a bunch of machine work on the geyser plate to fit this Mizzier water pump, so it wasn't going to be easy for me to change these fittings around. So I put a quick disconnect on here. It's just one of those cheapo. It's not a Staubli, but it's about, I don't know, a tenth of the price, but it's coolant, but it should hopefully seal up. If I have a problem, I can just unhook it and not have a heater core. So I still have to put this side in, and this is permanent. I cannot get that fitting off with the water pump on. So that had to have been put on, and then I put the water pump on. And clearly it's not a fun project to do when it's in the car, so I did it out of the truck. And then brake lines are pretty much done from this section, which goes back to the rear links forward. That's all done. So the turn brake is underneath here. 2 PDMs. This is the ECU. It's a stock Delphi ECU. This is the ECU for the Resto Mod air conditioning. That's in there. That's going to come back out a couple times because I still need to, like I said, put in the heater lines and the refrigerant lines. Still need to go in and get routed and get made. So, but nothing's done down here. Back in here is kind of finished up. Hopefully I can get this transmission in this weekend. Let's see what else. The wiring's all finalized, zip tied and dialed in up here. There's several work lights. There's another one up here. This is the transmission filter. So transmission lines are on the starboard side, port side, engine oil lines. And I believe I will also put the AC lines, just one line going back to the condenser. Fuel pumps, they're all set up, ready to go, get bolted up. They get bolted up back here. And I haven't done anything in the back. Still got to do trailing arms, still got to prep the rear end. And I got to prep the trailing arms. They're still not even painted. Same with this. So front hubs need to be prepped. And I need to do a little bit of work on the transmission. It seems like I have a couple little fittings to make to modify on that. So these, you can kind of see how it's just sheet metal with a bunch of nutserts in here welded in. The other side has the aluminum plates that are basically for upholstery. So you can see I have this side made. So these will just get upholstered. In between, sandwiched between the sheet metal and the aluminum plate is Dynamat and padding. So it should be insulated pretty good. And that way you're not insulated. I can take off the insulation. I can take off the upholster panels. I could get to a little bit back here, but basically it's just covering up the sheet metal. It'll all get done. Same thing. These are all for panels that'll be upholstered along here, up and along here, on this side too, and in the back in between. So that way it has everything's insulated. Also on the roof. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. What is it? This is October 30th is the date right now. So I'm hoping I can get this thing started in a couple weeks. I hope. We'll see. So I'm gonna probably post the next one on my YouTube as well. I just feel like I can just keep talking and keep getting more detailed information on what I'm doing and how it's going. All right. I don't know if I showed these. Yeah. And that's the AC condenser. So making progress here. I can get the shocks over, probably get those things just double checked, gone through, because I've had the hoses off. So I'll pull those, I'll get those over to King and just get those things just kind of looked at. They've been sitting around for 7 years. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.